My name is Katie Stevens and I'm playing the White Witch in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. The point we meet her in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, she's kind of taken her revenge on the land of Narnia and she's turned everything to winter. So it's always winter, but it's never Christmas. And she has this extraordinary power, so she's capable of turning people to stone. So no one crosses her, everyone's in absolute fear of her. But she has an Achilles heel. Well, she has two Achilles heels, one of which is Aslan the lion, because there's a prophecy that Aslan the lion will come back and he will crown 4 humans. And then Narnia will rejuvenate and the spring will come again and kind of the death of the White Witch. So what happens to Narnia in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is that 4 human children turn up. So the prophecy is starting to roll. As human beings, we're constantly, eternally fascinated by the idea of the battle of good versus evil. And generally as human beings, we love to see the good win, but we also want to see evil give it a good go. And I just think, particularly when there's so many awful things happening in the world at the moment, I think it's quite cathartic to actually see that battle happen on stage and to know ultimately that good will win. Obviously Shakespeare itself is very epic, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the productions are always epic. But this is huge, this is enormous. We've got dancing, we've got singing, we've got amazing musicians, musicians that sing and act, and dancers that act and sing. And I mean, the talent on the stage is quite phenomenal. I mean, I just sit in rehearsals every day and I'm completely in awe of what my colleagues are capable of. And in rehearsals, I'm laughing, I feel moved, I sort of feel really brought to tears at times. And it's gonna be an extraordinary show. We're all really excited about it.
My name is Bomio Sadalon and I'm playing Edmund Pevensey.
My name is Kadzai Mangombe and I play Lucy. Start, you know, she's dealing with the fact that her mum's not gonna be there and the fact that her siblings don't know what to do. And then she, I don't know, I guess she's so empathetic and she's so caring and her heart is always open. And I think that's perfect because it's what allows her to go through Narnia. And I think it's what draws her to Narnia. In a weird way, I think Narnia actually calls Lucy rather than Lucy calls Narnia, but that's just my personal bias.
People like to think Edmund's he's a naughty, mischievous character. He is that, but I think he's just misunderstood. Like, he's been taken away from London, there's a war going on and he's thrown in a new environment, so I think that's just his way of showing kind of how he's feeling and the journey of it. And then the addiction to Turkish delight, and it doesn't help that he's trying to sell his family to the White Witch, but hey, it's an addiction, it's the White Witch's curse. It's on him, so it's not his fault, it's blame the White Witch. But yeah, he's misunderstood. Yeah, definitely misunderstood. It's a magical show. Like when you watch it, it's an escape from real life. It's something you could just go into and shut your mind off from the real world and just enjoy it for a couple of hours.
And I think also it allows people who are much older, younger, to all kind of be in the same world for once, which is like free and childlike. And then I also think, because the books have done such a great job, they don't establish age. So anyone that is anyone can relate to one of the characters, or any of the characters. And I think also, if you have siblings, you can see the dynamic at home being played out. So I think, I don't know, C.S. Lewis, I think he was onto something when he wrote this book. It's impressive, like all the different components and the different disciplines. You've got musicians, you've got dancing, you've got acting. So to see it all come together and piece together, it's a big show, but it's incredibly beautiful and gorgeous. I think all of it coming together, and like everyone in the room is like the best of the best.
Hi, I'm Alfie Richards and I'm playing Mr. Tumnus, White Mouse, Mr. Beaver, and the double bass and pipe. This is very much a home gig, yeah. So I've lived in different parts of Leeds and Harrogate, Starbuck for half of my life. This is my first professional show at the Playhouse. I came growing up to the Playhouse to watch shows all the time with my secondary school, and I had a couple of auditions for things like the National Youth Theatre growing up, and yeah. So much music at play, and because it's acting musicianship, that meeting of the action and the music sort of comes into one. So these moments like the fight are entirely reliant on us responding as musicians to the action and vice versa, really, yeah. Who is Mr. Tumnus? He's quite a conflicted person, I think, Mr. Tumnus. He's constantly balancing between cowardice and courage, right and wrong. But deep down, he's a very vulnerable, kind-hearted, empathetic person that is just has a lot that he's working through. Narnia is not in a good place. It's not a play or a musical. I guess a play with music is one way of describing it, but it's just so full of, as I said, different crafts and mediums of storytelling. The puppetry, the composition, the music playing, even to the lighting design, all of it is so thorough and well thought out. There's some amazing work being done by people through there. I mean, physically, if any of you have seen Morgan rehearsing, I mean, he's an absolute beast on stage. Yeah.